and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cherise, and on this channel I usually do skincare and beauty reviews so you have a general idea on how products perform before purchasing them. And I'm so excited for today's video because today I'll be featuring viral Korean skincare products. I've been seeing these products on my For You page countless times, and I finally tested all of them out, so I'll be doing a little review about each of the product and hopefully let you know if this is worth the hype. And I tried to find a viral skincare product for each category, and we'll start with cleansing oil. So for cleansing oil, I have this Manyo cleansing oil, which is the #1 cleansing oil in Korea. And immediately when you dispense this on, you can smell that citrusy, herbally scent, which reminds me of what it smells like in a fancy spa. So it has this very relaxing scent, which is really great, especially after a long, tiring, busy workday. In terms of consistency, this definitely is one of the heavier cleansing oils that I have used, which makes it less runny. So I find that I have to use 2 to 3 pumps of this cleansing oil so that it can have a better slip when massaging it on my skin. When it comes to removing my makeup, I find that I still needed to remove my waterproof mascara with an eye makeup remover. But mind you, I'm using the Japanese mascara, which is the Kiss Me Heroin waterproof mascara, which is really hard to remove. So every time I use that, I find that I still have to use my eye makeup remover. But on the rest of my makeup, like my foundation, even my long wearing lipstick, I find that this cleansing oil is really great in removing all of that. After emulsifying this oil with water, I find that the emulsion is easy to wash off and doesn't leave any greasy residue. And after drying my face, I love that my skin doesn't feel dry or tight. It still felt soft to the touch. To me, the edge of this cleansing oil is actually its scent. It's very refreshing. Again, it really smells spa-like. So I really love that about this cleansing oil. And I'm pretty sure the fragrance is not synthetic. I think that it comes from the orange oil, which is in this cleansing oil. I like using this cleansing oil every time I have a heavier makeup on. But on a daily basis, when I'm just using sunscreen, I still find myself using lighter cleansing oil like my Anua cleansing oil and the other one that has collagen in it. I'm just gonna put it on the description bar below because again, I find that this cleansing oil is quite heavy for my skin and I have oily combination skin. It doesn't make my skin more oily, but I just love a lighter cleansing oil on a daily basis. And because of that, I'm giving this cleansing oil a 3 out of 5 stars. Now let's move on to foam cleansers, and this is the Anua Pore Deep Cleansing Foam. I was so intrigued about this foam cleanser because it has this little specks of, I don't know what it is, but I think it is because it has Heartleaf powder in it. So it has this little brown specks in it. And I thought that this foam cleanser would feel a little gritty on the skin. But actually those specks, those brown specks, are very fine. So you wouldn't really feel it as much on your skin. Immediately after using this cleanser, even after the first time I have tried it, I knew that it was worth the hype. So I used this foam cleanser right after I use an oil cleanser, and I find that it deeply cleansed my skin. Because I have oily combination skin, I find that my nose is always filled with sebaceous filaments, and after using this Pore Deep Cleanser, I find that it really helps in gently removing those sebaceous filaments on my nose and also on my chin. I also find that after using this cleanser, my skin looks brighter, and it definitely helps in unclogging my pores without it being irritating. I would highly recommend this to people with oily skin because it can really remove your excess sebum. So after using this foam cleanser, it doesn't feel squeaky clean, but you'll find that your skin feels and looks more matte. So just make sure that you use a hydrating moisturizer or a hydrating toner after using this cleanser. But obviously, I love this foam cleanser so much So I'm going to rate it with a 5 out of 5 stars rating. The next viral product that I'll be featuring, boy oh boy, I can't recommend this enough. I actually featured this on my previous video before. This is the Mediheal Blemish pad. And even though I still have a lot of remaining pads on my old tub, as you can see, I already bought a new tub of it because I am so obsessed with this. When it comes to effectiveness, this one really blew my mind away. I really saw improvement on my dark spots, especially on post-acne marks. I find that this really helps in calming my active pimples and also really helps in lightening my dark acne spots. So I've used this on a very painful pimple before, and it really helped in subsiding the inflammation. And I really thought that pimple was gonna create a pus, but right after I put this on that active pimple, it didn't create a pus. And then just days after, that pimple really flattened out. It also surprised me that even though it's that effective, it didn't sting my skin. It's very mild and even moisturizing. I think the best way to use this is to cut it up in pieces and then use it on your blemish area, say a post-acne mark or again a active pimple, and then let it stay there until it's almost dry, and then get a fresh pad and wipe it all over your face. So this pad alone has a lot of essence in it. So just make sure that you allow like at least a minute to really wipe it on your face and make sure that every essence get onto your face. And also you can use this on your neck, your décolleté. So my point is this one pad contains a lot of product in it. So just make sure that you don't waste it and you don't dispose it easily. Make sure that all the essence goes onto your skin. If I have to rank all the viral Korean skincare that I have tried this month, I would rank this at the #1 spot for sure. I was really amazed by how effective it is, but also how mild it is on the skin. So 5 out of 5 stars for sure, maybe 10 out of 5 stars. I really love this one. Now let's move on to toners. I have to say I'm still in love with the Anua toner, which is also still very viral. This is my second bottle. The first bottle I have is quite bigger than this and I'm done with it. I'm also sharing it with my daughter who's prone to fungal acne. But anyways, I'm not going to feature this as the viral toner for this category. I'm going to feature this TIRTIR Milk Skin Toner. But I still have to mention the Anua toner because I love pairing them together. So I would use this Anua toner with a cotton pad, and then when I want that extra glow, extra radiance on my skin, I would then put a few drops of this TIRTIR Milk Skin Toner on the palm of my hand and then tap it on my skin for that extra glow, because this toner can really give you a glass skin look, especially if you're going to layer it for 2 to 3 times. I have oily combination skin, so my sweet spot for that radiance and glow is 3 layers of this toner. But if you have dry dehydrated skin, you can follow that viral 7-layer toner. So you apply 7 layers of this toner onto your skin so you can have that radiant, glassy, glowing skin. So this toner has rice bran extract in it. So as you can see, it's quite milky and it's one of the thickest toners that I have tried. Most of my toners are very watery, but this one is quite milky. And because of the thicker consistency of this toner, I find this toner as the most moisturizing toner that I have tried. I will give this toner a 4 out of 5 star rating only because I have oily combination skin, so I still want a toner that has a mild exfoliant in it. So I love a toner that I can put on a cotton pad and I know can easily remove some of the grime on my face before proceeding to my skincare routine. I find that with this toner, it's mainly for moisturizing. So if you have dry, dehydrated skin, this is such a great toner to use. Now let's move on to essence, and this one, I think you've seen it all over your For You page as well. This one is the Mixsoon Bean Essence. This essence is quite unique as it can be a leave-on hydrating essence and a wipe-off exfoliating essence. So if you use this as a hydrating essence, you just simply apply it all over your face and leave it on the skin. But if you want to use it as an exfoliating essence, you simply have to massage this on for about 3 to 5 minutes doing a circular motion, and it should remove dead skin cells, draw out impurities from your pores, excess sebum, and blackheads. This method is going viral because you can actually see some white particles coming out of your skin. So I have used this after using an exfoliating pad and no particles came out, but I've used this on the driest part of my body, which is my elbow, and immediately I saw white particles coming out. So this little experiment that I did with this essence made me realize that this essence is not a hoax, because if the white particles is just coming out because of the product peeling, then the white particles will come out no matter what. But because I have tried this with a freshly exfoliated skin versus the part of my body that I haven't exfoliated and very dry, it made me realize that this really exfoliated my skin and can be used as a gentle exfoliant. This is now part of my professional makeup kit. I usually use this to prep my client's face before applying makeup on, because again, it gently exfoliates the skin. So I find that this really helps to prep my client's skin, especially if they have textured skin or dry skin and their skin is peeling, especially on the side of the nose. And I also love using this to hydrate the skin of my mature clients. Try using this before applying your makeup. Use this as your skin prep and you'll see your foundation especially would lay really well onto your skin. So I would also give this a 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, now let's move on to serum, and I just recently added this to my skincare routine. This is the Anua Niacinamide 10% plus TXA 4% Dark Spot Correcting Serum. I heard a lot of suggestions that if niacinamide doesn't work for you, try using this dark spot correcting serum, because this doesn't only have 10% niacinamide, it also has tranexamic acid or TXA. So TXA or tranexamic acid works especially well when combined with other skin brightening agents like niacinamide. Just be mindful though, if you're starting out with niacinamide, this has 10% niacinamide in it, so it's a high percentage of niacinamide, so make sure that you patch test first. But on my skin, this was very gentle. It was also very moisturizing on. When it comes to skin brightening, I've only used this for a week, and I find that it lightened up my post-acne marks a little bit, but within the week, to be honest, I wasn't using this consistently. So I find that I still have to use this consistently, and I have to use this more so that I can tell you exactly if this is great for skin brightening. But when it comes to minimizing my pores, evening out my skin tone, I find that this really works. So I can only rate this based on the hydration that it gives, on how even my skin looked after using the serum, and how it minimized my pores. So I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 star rating. Again, I still need more time to assess if this is a great skin brightening serum. So I'm going to update you on one of my YouTube shorts for sure. But I'm very excited about this serum because first of all, it's so hard to find. Every time that I go to a Korean skincare store, they always tell me that it's sold out. And I have been seeing amazing before and after on the internet. So I'm very excited to try this serum out for a longer period of time, and I'll be updating you for sure. Okay, now let's move on to eye cream. This one is the Benton Snail Bee Ultimate Eye Cream. I thought I've seen all the weird skincare ingredients in Korean skincare. Snail mucin, like spicules, deep sea water, all of that. But when I looked at the ingredients of this eye cream actually has bee venom in it. So bee venom is actually an ingredient that can promote skin health in several ways. It can reduce inflammation, it can also provide antibacterial effects, and reduce wrinkles. And I've never seen bee venom in any skincare products before, so it's very intrigued. I don't have a really dark under eyes, and Although my under eyes is very crepey, it's not as crepey as my husband's. So I made him try this for a week, and after a week I really seen this eye cream help in the crepiness of his eyes, and also it lightened it up a bit. I'm just having a hard time making him use this eye cream consistently. It's so hard for guys to use skincare consistently. But of all the eye creams that I have tried on him, this one made the biggest difference. I know that on photos you can't really see that big difference, but in person, let me tell you, it's really hard to lighten up those areas on his eyes. And this is the only eye cream that I have tried that I was like, okay, something is changing here. I find that this one is a slow acting eye cream, but at least I can see some difference, because I have tried a lot of eye cream and then I just gave up, because for me, all the eye creams that I have tried just acts like a normal moisturizer. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I've tried a lot and I was like, I don't find any difference. It's great to prep the eye, especially when I'm putting on concealer, but I don't really see a great difference every time I use an eye cream. But with this, even though I only find like a slight difference with my before and after, at least I'm seeing a difference. I would still use this eye cream though, because it was very gentle on the eyes. I didn't feel any stinging. I also like the packaging because you can easily dispense a proper amount. So I would still use this, and I will give this a ranking of 3 out of 5 stars. Now let's move on to sunscreen, and this is the Roundlab Burst Juice Moisturizing Sun Cream with SPF 50 plus PA+++++. This is viral not only in the West, but this is also viral in Korea. I've seen it ranked number 3 on the Wahe app, and I could see why. Because this sunscreen is very, very skin-like. It's not too dewy, it's not too radiant. When you apply it on, it feels like a very light moisturizer on. I also find that this sunscreen is great under makeup. It doesn't peel, it doesn't have any white cast. And as I've mentioned before, I have oily combination skin. And I feel like this one actually really balanced my skin and controlled my oil. It also blends well on the skin. And with SPF 50, like I feel like you can't go wrong with this sunscreen. I can't find any faults with this sunscreen. I think that this would be a great everyday sunscreen and that it can fit every skin type. So I think that this is worth the hype. 5 out of 5 stars for sure. So the next product is this Biodance Bio Collagen Real Deep Mask. And I have seen every skincare enthusiast use this mask. So I feel like I'm getting left out. So I bought this mask even though it was very expensive. It was what, $20 for one? I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the description box below. So even though I was feeling quite FOMO, I had to think if I should get this, because for me this is quite expensive. So when I used this mask, I left it overnight and I was so surprised that it really stayed on my face the whole night and it was very comfortable. When applying this mask though, if you have long nails, make sure that your nails doesn't sink onto the mask because it has this jelly texture. It is a very sturdy mask, I have to say. But if you sink your nails onto it, of course it would make a rip and make a dent. It wouldn't really rip, but like it would slice it. So make sure that if you have long nails, just use the side of your fingers to apply this jelly mask on. I would also recommend to use this along with all your hydrating skincare, like your TIRTIR toner, your Snail essence, and a good moisturizer, because it sticks onto your face like a saran wrap. Like by the end of the night, I find that my skin and this mask is one. That's how it stuck onto my skin. This is also a very unique mask because when you apply it on your face, initially it has this white color, but as the time passes by, on your 3rd or 4th hour, it started to get clear. So when I used this mask, I was so happy that my skincare routine was all about hydrating skincare products, because I find that this mask really sealed everything in. So the morning after, when I peeled this mask off, you can really see every line on my face imprinted on the mask. That's how it stuck onto my skin. You can see every pore, you can see every line, and I'm actually shocked that it gave me the most beautiful glass skin. And this was shot just with natural light. There's no heavy lighting involved, and you can see that it really made my skin have that natural glow. I was actually very happy that I bought this mask, and I really enjoyed applying it on my skin. I really love the effects that it gave my skin. I just wish that it wasn't that expensive, so I'm removing 1 star away from my review. So I'm giving this a rating of 4 out of 5 stars. But if you want to splurge on skincare, I would actually recommend this mask. Okay, now let's move on to face cream, and I'm going to feature this Advanced Snail 92 All-in-One Cream by COSRX. So this has been an OG viral skincare product from Korea. And as you can tell, this has a very, very slimy consistency because it has snail secretion in it. And when I was using this as my face cream, I thought that I would be a greasy mess the next day because I would only use this during the night. During the day, because I have oily combination skin, even if you have dry, dehydrated skin, I'm not too sure, but I think that you would consider this as a heavy cream during the day. So I only use it at night, and I really thought the next morning I would look like a greasy mess because this is such a heavy cream. But surprisingly, it's actually a good face cream. And then the next day, I don't look very greasy. I find that my skin just looks like I put on my normal moisturizer. It didn't look like I put like a heavy moisturizer on. The only thing with this is that I'm still confused on how to use it, because some people say that you have to use a face cream and then use this to seal the face cream. And some other people are saying that you should use this as your face cream. So I'm still confused about that. I only use this as a face cream. I didn't put any moisturizer before using this. And I find that this is a great moisturizer just by itself. But on a daily basis, I just didn't like how like slimy this one is. And I don't like how heavy it feels initially. And at night, I just want my skin to feel not heavy. I want it to still feel light. I don't want it to like be sticking on my pillowcase. So I don't like this face cream, but I do like the Essence version of this cream. So I'm giving this face cream a 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, the last viral product that I'm going to feature is this TIRTIR Mask Fit Red Cushion. So this is not just viral in the West. This is also one of the most sold cushion foundation in Japan. So I was very excited to use this. And the first time I used this, I have to say, I was quite disappointed because it really highlighted the texture on my skin. It really clinged onto the dry parts of my face. And I find it to be a little cakey. And I find a lot of people also saying that. And that's because I was applying it wrong. There's actually a learning curve when using this cushion foundation. First of all, you really have to make sure that you prep your skin well. This works if your skin is well moisturized. So I find that this actually really works well if you use it along with the TIRTIR toner, because a toner can really moisturize your face. So this can glide on smoothly on your face. And also, you have to make sure that you don't put a lot of this foundation at once. So what you do is you get some of the foundation, press it very lightly, and then tap it here where your cushion is. Just tap it here, tap the excess like that, and then you apply it on your skin. If you apply it on your face and it felt like a wet paint on your skin, that only means that you are using a lot of this cushion foundation on. It shouldn't feel like a wet paint on your skin. It should feel very light. And I love that this one is very high coverage. A little goes a long way. It's also transfer proof. And once you learn how to properly prep your skin and apply this the right way, I think that you would really love it. But because I find that I have to exert a lot of effort just to make this cushion foundation work, I'm only going to give this a 2 out of 5 star rating. I was really having a hard time experimenting on what to do on my skin just to make this work, and also this oxidized on my skin. So as you can see, like, I didn't put any bronzer here, but do you see that like orange tint to it? So I'm not a fan. Sadly, I'm not a fan. So I'm only giving this a 2 out of 5 stars. But I have to remind you that what doesn't work for me might work for you and vice versa. So I'm not saying this is all bad. I'm just saying this might not work for you if you're prone to oxidation and if you have textured skin. But when it comes to coverage and the wearability, this is unmatched. Compared to other cushion foundations that I have tried, this is the most long wearing and this has the most high coverage. But just sadly, it didn't work for my skin type. So I hope that you find this video informative, and if it did, please don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll always be updated once a new video is out. Thank you so much once again for watching. I'll see you on my next one.